Hi, you are in the Reaction Zone, sponsored by thereactionzone.com, and I'm your host, Philip Martin. And we want to get your reaction on the Orlando shooting and how it will affect the November election.
Child, you gonna get me to cry on camera? So don't get me to crying on camera about the Orlando shooting. Now I'm from Georgia. Let me tell you something. I was raised partially in New York, Brooklyn, and Georgia, which means that I have that Brooklyn attitude and I got that Southern hospitality, that charm. Let me let you know something. Whoever went up in that club in Orlando was rude.
He was rude.
Was rude.
Very rude.
Rude. To shoot those 50 young Latin boys. Was there any gals in there? Was there any gals?
There were some girls in there.
Oh, those Latin boys and gals, those rude. Was there one or two sailors and shooters?
Well, there was one, but they say he could have had an accomplice.
Let me tell you what I would do, and I am not a violent person. Had I been in that Orlando club, and those two had come up in that club while I was in there, and they was being rude to me with a rifle, or rude to any of my other Latin brothers and sisters, I would have been rude to them times two.
Rude times two.
Times two.
Times
and there was
two.
two of them, right? I would have been rude to them times four.
Four.
Two for each.
Two for
and
each.
I would have took them out with a chair and with this clutch.
With that clutch.
I would have been upside their head with the clutch.
Who do you think will benefit from this shooting for the November election?
Hillary, of course.
You think she's stronger on terror?
I think that she's stronger on everything and anything that Trump thinks that he's remotely qualified to deal with.
You think she's stronger on LGBT rights?
Yes. You were waiting for something else? Why yes? Go ahead. Sometimes I keep it very simple. Y-E-S, Hillary.
Y-E-S,
Yes.
Hillary.
Yeah. And Bernie, let me tell you about Bernie. Bernie needs to stick with his franchise until he tells me what the secret recipe is to that chicken. I don't trust him.
The secret recipe to the chicken.
Yeah, to his chicken franchise.
He has a chicken franchise?
He's Colonel Sanders, isn't he? What you laugh? What you? He needs to stick to chicken. I like chicken. Black folk like chicken. Bernie, cook the chicken for the black folk. Let Hillary run the country. Is he still in the race?
Well, he'll be in the race until after the convention.
Well, you know what? He needs to get out of the race because if I see Bernie, stick to the chicken. And when you tell us the secret recipe to those six or 7 or 8 herbs and spices that you put up in that chicken, I ain't trusting you to run this country. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, right here. Let Hillary do her job, Bernie. You're being rude. And you being rude, if I see ya, Bernie, Colonel Sanders,
Do you think
I'm going to be rude to you time two.
the Democratic primary is rigged in favor of Hillary Clinton?
It needs to be rigged in favor of her. Next.
It needs to be.
It needs to be.
So you don't have any problem with it?
Nope. Next. I don't. I wish that we would rig it in her favor.
Do you wish that we would rig it in her favor in November against Trump too?
Absolutely. Let's get the Chads back. Remember the Chads?
I remember the Chads.
Let's do some Chad stuff against Trump. I know how to do it. Because you know why? Because Trump, he's rude.
He's rude.
Trump, T-R-U-M-P, is rude. And
Times
when I
two.
see Trump, and when I see you, Trump, and I'm going to see you because you live down the block. We live on the same block, 57th Avenue, Billionaires Row, bitch. Oh, can I curse?
I can edit that.
I didn't mean to say that out loud, but when it comes to Trump, he is as rude as it gets.
As a guess.
Always. Fire. You're fired.
You think his ban on Muslims is rude?
Well, my thing is Trump. This is the red button. When you press the red button, it doesn't mean you're firing people. It means you're firing bombs. And you're going to be fired. Blowing folks up. That's rude, Trump. And if I see you anywhere near the red button, Trump, and you're being rude, I'm going to be rude to you, Ivanka, little, whatever his name is, Trump, and all the rest of Trump. Barron, rude.
Barron Trump is rude?
Ivanka Trump,
He's 9 years old.
rude, 9 and rude, because he was raised by a rude dad with a comb over. Now that's rude. And I'm going to be rude to the whole God-forsaken family, including the so-called First Lady Melania. Miss Melania, it's called the United States of America, not the States of United America, honey. That's rude for you not to know what country you plan to be the First Lady of. That's rude. And if I see Melania, if I see Mrs. Trump, I'm going to be rude to you times 2, big. Oh. Edit that.
Editing. Well, thank you for being in the reaction zone.
Are you going to Pride?
Am I going to Pride? I am performing in Pride, girl. Do you not know who I am? I am Pride. I am the Pride. And I dare somebody to be rude to the LGBTQC community.
What's the C for?
Conflicted.
Conflicted.
That's me. I added that in. You best to add the C in there for me because I'm not L, I'm not the G, I'm not the B, not the T, not the C, not the Q. I'm the C.
You're the C.
And it's rude for you not to include the C. This is the LGBTQ.
All right.
CQ community is being rude. If any of you LGBTQ people are going to be rude to me, I'm going to reach out to them all, the whole community. The whole community,
All
and
right.
I'm going to be rude to the whole God-forsaken LGBTQ community until they put in the C. And when they put in the C, I won't be rude because until they put in the C, I'm going to be rude to all of them times 2. And that is it.
All right, we got the conflicted in the reaction zone.
Anyone but Trump.